Have you ever wondered why, despite doing everything right and being the person everyone can count on, you feel more like a tool than a human being? We spend our lives refining our personalities to be palatable, helpful, and above all, liked. But what if I told you that this very quest for social utility is a sophisticated form of modern slavery? The moment you become useful to the collective, you cease to belong to yourself. You become a cog in a machine you didn't build, serving interests that aren't your own. It starts with a simple desire to please, but it ends with the total erasure of your true nature. What if your greatest virtue is actually your heaviest chain? We are taught from birth that being a good person means meeting the expectations of others. We smile when we are angry, we agree when we are skeptical, and we provide when we are exhausted. This is the social utility trap. It is a psychological contract where you trade your authenticity for a sense of safety. But this safety is an illusion. When you are valued only for what you can provide, your worth is tied to your performance. The moment you stop being useful, the love you worked so hard to earn vanishes instantly. Have you noticed how quickly people turn on those who finally say no? It's because you've broken the unspoken agreement of your servitude. Every time you prioritize someone else's comfort over your own truth, you are performing a micro-sacrifice of your soul. Think about the energy it takes to maintain that polished exterior. You are essentially a full-time actor in a play where you don't even like the script. Why do we do it? Because the alternative, being disliked, feels like a death sentence to our primal brains. But here is the secret that the world doesn't want you to know: the most hated person in the room is often the only one who is actually free. They aren't bound by the need for consensus. They don't require permission to exist. In the quest to be useful, we have become experts at self-censorship. We filter our thoughts through 1,000 social lenses before they ever reach our lips. This isn't politeness, it's a strategic retreat from reality. Look at the figures of history who truly changed the world. Were they well-liked in their time? Rarely. They were often considered difficult, abrasive, or even dangerous. They understood that to be effective, one must often be willing to be unpopular. Power and popularity are frequently at odds. If you are trying to lead while also trying to be everyone's friend, you will end up doing neither. You will simply be a mirror, reflecting back whatever the crowd wants to see. Is that all you are? A reflection? The modern world has amplified this trap through the digital panopticon. We are now performing our utility 24/7 for an invisible audience of thousands. Every post, every comment, every like, is a brick in a digital prison we are building for ourselves. We have become curators of our own personalities, turning our lives into a product for consumption. But a product doesn't have a soul, it has a set of features. Are you a human being with depths and contradictions, or are you just a collection of features designed to maximize social engagement? The mask you wear to please others has started to grow into your skin. You might find that when you try to take it off, there's nothing left underneath. That is the ultimate price of the trap, the loss of the self. To escape, you must embrace the utility of the useless. You must find value in the parts of yourself that serve no one but you. Your weird hobbies, your unpopular opinions, your selfish boundaries, these are the things that make you real. True freedom begins the moment you become willing to be the villain in someone else's story. It is the realization that you are not responsible for the emotional regulation of the people around you. If your honesty causes someone else discomfort, that is their burden to carry, not yours. We are so afraid of conflict that we would rather live a lie. But a life built on a lie is a heavy burden that will eventually crush you. Imagine waking up and not caring if anyone thought you were nice or helpful. Imagine doing things simply because they are right for you, regardless of the social dividend they pay. That is the forge of the individual. It is a lonely place at first, but it is the only place where true strength is born. Isolation is often the tax we pay for authenticity, but it is a small price compared to the cost of a borrowed life. You were not born to be a resource for others to exploit. You were not born to be a background character in someone else's narrative. You are the protagonist of your own existence, and a protagonist must have a will of their own. Will you continue to be a useful tool, or will you choose to be a difficult, complicated, and utterly free human being? The chains of social utility are made of gold, but they are chains nonetheless. It is time to melt them down and forge something that belongs only to you. Remember, those who are truly free are never easy to manage. They are unpredictable, they are firm, and they are self-contained. Stop asking for permission to be yourself. Stop waiting for a like to validate your existence. The only approval you will ever truly need is the one you give yourself when you look in the mirror and see a person, not a product. Break the trap, refuse the utility, and reclaim your life.